right, so we're here. We're at Yonkers. Has any Hambletonians been here? Do you
Not that I'm
know?
aware of,
Not
no.
that I don't think so either. So
They had some Goshen.
they had some at Goshen, yeah, close enough. But we're here at Yonkers with John Brennan. John Brennan, you're the SOA Horseman's rep. What's your hat here? What do you do here?
Horseman's representative at Yonkers.
What do you do here? I know everybody's always asking that. What does
I
he do here?
I try to solve the
You
problems the
try to
horsemen
solve the
have.
problems. Yeah, right before we started recording, there was
Almost
issues,
impossible.
almost impossible. But I purposely recorded this a little bit later in the evening because a lot of the stuff is before the card, right?
Right.
You get your complaints and stuff like
Right.
that, and then so you're like the punching bag, right?
Right.
So, but listen, you've been doing this a long time, so you
Yeah.
must be doing something, all right.
Depends who you ask.
Depends who you ask, right? So, before you did this, how long have you been a rep here?
I've been a rep here for 10 years.
10 years. Before that,
I trained horses.
you trained horses. That's how we got this.
Right.
And as you're training horses, you train some along the way. We're going to talk about is Sugar Trainer the best horse you've ever trained?
Uh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He was in the Hambletonian.
Yeah.
I guess that says it all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but just I mean, Hamiltonian's a big race, but
Right.
you could have older horses, you could have 2-year-olds, Breeders' Crown. So have there been other horses that
Yeah, I won the Mary Annabelle. I don't know what year with the horse called Missy Will Do It.
That's what
And
2-year-old
she-
trotting filly.
2-year-old trotting filly,
Yeah,
and she
okay.
beat Continental Victory.
Okay, she must have been one of the only ones.
She was good, yeah.
Okay.
She was very few horses beat her
Why didn't she beat her in the 3-year-old Hamiltonian?
because she won the Hamiltonian that year.
No, I'm saying
She-
why didn't yours?
Mine didn't come back good as a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay,
Mine,
okay.
mine was a good 2-year-old, didn't come back good as a 3-year-old.
Okay, is there a special type of horse you like to train? Do you like younger horses, fillies, trotters, pacers, older?
When you called me and asked me to do this, I was looking at my trophies that I have displayed in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, all my races the big races that I've only won, which only is about 6 or 7, were all trotters.
Okay.
And I don't know why that is.
Did you like training them
Not
more?
really.
No, you what? Because they're
I
more of
like
a headache.
pacers.
You like pacers.
Paces are easier.
Did you like a specific track? Half
I love
mile.
the Meadowlands when it was the Meadowlands.
Okay.
The Meadowlands was the greatest place in the world to race.
Sure. Big track, all
Right,
lights, everything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Big
Yeah,
crowds, big
weren't,
lights.
weren't you stable there?
I was stable there for 20 years.
Okay. And then when they took out the grandstand, or you were gone by then, right?
I was gone.
By the time they took out the barn
Yeah,
area and stuff
yeah.
like that. Why'd you stop training? Just getting old?
You know
You're
what?
old. He's like 90, right? How old are you?
I'm 68.
68. Training's hard, right?
I enjoyed it. Some days I feel like going back to it.
Okay. Could you beat these
Yes,
young
I
guys?
could train.
You-
Yeah,
you
I could
destroy
still
these
train
guys?
horses. I don't know
Destroy
about
'em.
I never could destroy anybody, but I'd fit in good.
You'd fit in just well? Where would you race?
I'd race right here where
Okay.
all the money is.
Could you train and be an SOA rep?
No,
No. So you'd have to give this
I'd have to
lucrative
give
job.
this job up and go back to training.
Okay.
I
Is
don't
it
know if that's going to happen. I doubt very much that'll ever happen.
well? Listen,
But I could get fired, and I got
that's-
to make a living.
What happens if you get fired?
Well, then I go back
Then
training
you go
horses.
back training horses.
Yeah, it's the only thing I know how to do.
I think the whole point is you're here doing something. I don't think
I'm in the game at some capacity, and that's what I like. I need something to do. I can never retire.
Sure.
I need some purpose to do something, whatever it is, whether it's good or bad, right or wrong. I got to do something.
I think once you're in this, you're in it for life.
You're in this
right?
for life.
You're not going to retire. Nobody
No.
retires.
It's a life sentence.
You die somewhere on the racetrack or
I want to die on the
jogging.
down ramp walking to my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that's it.
Right down.
And
yeah.
then that's it.
Yeah, then I'd make a lot of people happy.
Right.
We're here to see it.
Yeah, that's true. So let's listen. The reason why we're here is the 2003 Hambletonian.
Correct.
This year's theme, as hard as it is to kind of push it, is second places. Because I kind of feel like, yeah, we talk about the winners a lot, but who cares about winning a race if it doesn't hurt when you finish second, right? If you aren't trying to win every race, then it isn't special when you win it, correct?
Every race you win, if it doesn't mean something, you're in the wrong game.
Right.
Whether it's a 10 claim or the Hambletonian.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen anybody win a race that came back mad.
Matt.
This race here,
So let's set this up. 2003. Let's talk about Sugar Trader the horse. 2-year-old season? Did you break the horse? How'd you buy the horse? Let's give
I
the
bought the
audience.
horse in Harrisburg for $19,000.
Okay. How was that back then? That
That
was still a little
was
cheaper,
a
right?
little
It was only
cheaper.
15 years
Yeah,
ago.
you didn't buy. He wasn't a well-bred horse. He was a nice-looking individual. A friend of mine, Ivan Sugg, picked him out, showed him to me, told me he was going to go for more than what he was going to spend. So I bought him for $19,000, and I broke him with a friend of mine named Vinny Mueller down at Gateway Farms.
Okay.
And it took
But
like
you now at this time were you stabled in Meadowlands or at Gateway?
I stayed at Meadowlands until the Meadowlands closed, and I went to Gateway.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Oh,
we
because the thoroughbreds would come in.
thoroughbreds would come in, we'd have to get out.
They'd come in like that time, like September,
Right,
October, November,
right,
right? So
right,
you'd go to Gateway for a couple months and
right,
then shoot back up to
right.
Meadowlands. Okay.
So we got him home, and it took us a week to get him out of the stall. He was a real nasty individual.
Okay.
Took us about a month to get out of the paddock. Everybody was breaking their horses. They were out on the track, and,
They're out, they're trotting, they're
and I'm
together,
in the
and
paddock,
you're
scared to death to bring him out on the track. I
you're
didn't know what he was going to do. But we finally got him out there, and he came around.
how did he look out in the like was he big, small? Did he look good trotting away from you in the field?
He was an average sized horse. He had a beautiful body on him. He had muscles. He had a nice ass end on. He had a nice hind end on
Yeah.
him. He had a nice shoulders. He was a
Sure.
well made, put together horse. He
Okay.
wasn't big. He wasn't small.
Just athletic.
Very athletic.
Okay. So now you get him going. How was his 2-year-old? Did you have expectations for him? Because he's a $19,000 yearling.
No.
You're just like, whatever we got,
Whatever
right?
we got, we got.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a racehorse.
Okay.
And I qualified him a couple of times. Billy O'Donnell, Luc Ouellette qualified him a couple of times, and he said, he's going to be all right.
He's gonna be all right.
And then he made some breaks like all trotters do, and
Why was he making breaks? Was it because of
he
mental?
wasn't the soundest horse,
Okay.
and he was a little nuts.
Okay. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Little goofy,
So,
little. Yeah.
But
So at 2, did he win any big races?
I brought him down to freeholds for the Harold Dancer,
Okay.
and he won it. He was 3-5, and he
Okay.
was going to go for I think 150,000 next week, and he had a little guttural pouch infection, so I treated him with antibiotics, and he got sick. He missed that. He was scratched out of there,
Okay.
and then he came back and he won the matron that year.
Okay. So that's probably that's what, probably December, November, December?
That was right around Harrisburg.
Okay.
I came from Harrisburg to race him in the matron,
Okay.
and he won that. It was a $225,000 race, and that was it.
How was he going into that race? Did you expect to win?
No,
No? Who was he in against? Do you remember?
not really. I can't remember the 2-year-olds he was in
Come on,
against, but he was.
what are we doing here?
Yeah,
He's
what-
trying to be professional here. He can't even remember something from 15 years
I'm
ago.
an old man.
You're an
What do
old
you
man.
want?
Okay, fine. We'll give you the pass on that. So now, was that his last race of his 2-year-old year?
Yeah, that was his last race.
Now that's a little deeper into the season. That's past the Breeders'
Right.
Crown. Do you remember who won the Breeders' Crown that year too? Were you looking at
No,
open level stakes? Were you
no,
saying
that was it.
so you were happy with the matron
Was
and
happy with the matron done.
now he's off,
He's off.
right? Now he's back to the paddock,
Right.
right? Back to the field, give him a couple months off, whatever.
I sent him down Florida that year.
Okay.
Sent him to a good friend of mine at Spring Garden Ranch, Ivan Sugg. Guy that picked him out, the first guy that saw him.
Okay.
And he brought him back for me.
Do you normally send him down
No,
there?
No, but I knew he was special, and
Okay.
I wanted to give him a chance to
Okay.
not fool around with the weather. I wanted
Sure.
him to get down to Florida, have a good opportunity, because I thought there might be a chance that he was a good horse. And,
Okay. You were right.
Well, yeah.
He was all right. He wasn't as good as he could
No,
have been,
no.
as we're gonna think. So now you bring him back. Was there any issues throughout the jogging him, training him, qualifying him, all that stuff?
No, he was very ignorant off the track.
Okay.
Once he stepped on the track, he was a total professional.
Okay.
I would let a 2-year-old jog.
Did you ever think about getting him gelded, or
No.
you kind of like, no, we got something here, maybe
I
stallion?
knew when he won the matron that if he ever had a decent 3-year-old year, that I'd be able to sell him
Right.
overseas.
Okay.
So I didn't want to geld him. So people
He's a
told
knucklehead.
me,
You got to deal with it.
you got to make a decision, and
Yeah.
I made the decision. And another decision I made was, as a 2-year-old, he wore trotting hobbles. As a 3-year-old, I took them off him.
Okay. Why?
because Europeans don't like trotting hobbles.
So you wanted
And
why would did you have this European mentality? Did you
because
know
I
people
thought
over
I
there?
could sell. No, I didn't know anybody over there, but
Okay.
I thought if he was good enough, if he had a fair to good 3-year-old year, I could sell him for good money.
Okay. And that was the game plan. So you took the trotting hobbles
Yeah.
off, probably took head poles off too, right?
No, he only wore one head pole, but he
Okay.
was
But it wasn't that big of a deal.
no,
Just a
he
little.
just yeah, he just I
Okay.
just took the trotting hobbles off, and we went to the Stanley Dancer, and I finished third in there.
How was it back then? Because right now, the Stanley Dance was like the prep race. It's 3 weeks before the handbook.
Yeah,
Was
that
it
was the preparation for the handball.
okay? So there wasn't like a month, 5 weeks before we have the Earl Beale at Pocono.
Right. No, I never had that.
What was the road to the Hambletonian like back then? It was the Dancer? It was the Zweig? What were some of the prep races? Was it just Sire Stakes?
The Stanley Dancer was the race you pointed to. You know,
Okay.
you went in prep races, whatever you could find, and then
Okay.
you shot for the Stanley Dancer,
Okay. And the
and
Stanley Dancer was
that was it.
the if you did well in there,
You
that's
that would tell you whether you should pay the
okay.
money to go in the handball.
So how was the Stanley Dancer that year? Was he going into the race?
He
Couple
was
wins?
he went in there. He finished third. He raced okay, but I decided that he was going to go in the handball,
Okay.
and I just
Now you say he raced okay. Was that did you feel like he can give me a couple weeks, I'll get him better? Or did you think you had him? He's sharp and he disappointed you a third? How was that race?
I thought he was like the second or third best horse group of 3-year-olds.
Okay.
I thought the best one was Power to Charm,
Okay.
John Schmetzhaber's horse. And there was a group of 5 or 6 that were
Together, yeah.
together, and I thought he was one of them. So, I put him in there and just see what happens. I wrote that check for 15,000. It hurt
For the dancer or the hambo?
for the handball. I was
Okay.
shaking.
You were shaking.
Yeah,
So
15,000.
well, how much did he earn up to that point?
He earned 150,000.
Okay, so it's not. I mean, it's a big check. Was that the biggest check you ever wrote for
Yeah,
for a horse?
yeah. No, biggest for entrance fee.
Right. That's what I
Yeah,
mean. Yeah.
yeah. But once you get it, it's not. It's mine then. It's not
Uh,
like it's his. It was
yeah. It
mine.
was yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Well,
had to write it again.
what was the ownership group on that? Did you own a piece?
I owned a third of it.
Okay.
John
Right from the
John
start.
Taddeo owned a third of him. John Norson. We bought them together. Yeah, I bought them, and these 3 guys we always went together.
Okay. Now, that ownership group was it right? Did people try to buy in? Did people want a piece?
People wanted to buy him after his baby races, but
Okay.
I wouldn't even entertain the price because I didn't pay a lot of money. He didn't do enough. I wasn't going to get what I thought I
Okay.
wanted, so I just didn't even price him. I just
So,
said I'll raise him.
so they were probably like, yeah, 75, whatever. And it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
yeah.
I never even listened. I said
Okay.
there's no price on him.
Sure. Okay. So now you write the check. Is that a good position to be in? Because like you said, you've won races before. Is it tougher to be the favorite in a race, or maybe in this position where you're like, we fit, we need things to maybe shake our way here and there, one notch here, because you're right there.
You know, Ryan, when you're a trainer like I was just a regular horse trainer. I
Hmm.
trained race horses. I never had big colts, never had expensive yearlings.
Hmm.
I never had. It's just a special thing when you got an opportunity to go into the Hambletonian.
So you were able to absorb everything.
So I enjoyed every minute of it. Like nobody ever, there's millions or thousands of trainers that belong to be in the Hambletonian
Hmm.
that never got a chance to enter one. This was
Hmm.
my chance, and I had the real deal to go in there. I didn't go in there with a 100 to 1 shot.
Sure. Yeah, you were in there with
I
one of
was
the
in there
best.
with a
Yeah.
horse that belonged in there.
Now, this was 2003, so there were heats, or there were
There was eliminations.
eliminations the week before, right?
Right,
So the eliminations go in the week before.
right,
That was the Saturday night before, right?
right.
So how many eliminations were there?
There were 2 eliminations. He finished third.
Okay. Now, who was driving the horse?
Luc Ouellette.
Okay. Was he driving any other Hambo horses?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
don't think he had
so
anything
you were
else.
locked in with Luke.
Right.
How would you have felt? Would it have made it even worse if you were like, like we have nowadays, where Yannick is driving multiple horses and Sears and all these other guys are driving multiple horses, and you don't even know going into the final of the Hambletonian if you got your guy.
It's tough if you don't have your guy. With a trotter, you need your guy.
So you got your guy.
I have my man.
Did you have a relationship with Luke beforehand, or was it just he happens to
No.
drive this horse?
I asked him for commitment before we started 3-year-old year. He gave it to me.
Okay. So that was good then.
Yeah, it
So
was
that
good.
that
He
gives
drove him
you
in every race. He knew him. He asked me to come out and train him, which he never did. But he offered.
sure.
But with a trotter, you have to have somebody that knows him. You want to have somebody that's used to him.
Yeah, there's got to be a
Absolutely,
relationship. Yeah.
absolutely.
So now you write your check. We're here at Hambo Elimination Week. Was the goal to win the Hambo Elim or just make the final? Because what do they just have? If you win the Elim, you get your post position, right?
Yeah,
Nothing for
yeah.
sec. It doesn't really matter if you finish second or fifth at that
No,
point. It's just you get your entry fee money back.
no. I wanted to win.
You wanted to win.
Yeah.
Did Luke want to win?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you guys have discussions before the Elim about how to race them?
No, I never when I raced racehorses, I never gave drivers instructions.
Okay.
They're not smart enough to remember them.
To remember them.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
you tell a driver what
Fair
to
enough.
do, and 10 minutes later, he ain't gonna
He,
remember
he
what you
forgets.
told
Yeah,
him.
he's out there, especially
No.
they're post parading a long time. So,
But I never gave any instructions. I gave him the lines and said, "Good luck."
good luck. So now, how did the Elim go?
The Elim, he took him off the gate. He finished third. He finished with trot. He wasn't all out. He was all out trying to win, but
Sure.
he won a nice race. He finished third.
Were you upset with the drive? Were you happy with the drive?
No, I wasn't upset.
You were just happy. We
I was
made the
happy.
final.
Made the final. Going for $1 million. Let's see what happens.
I think it was 1.5 back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, might have been.
Might have been 1.5.
Yeah.
So now that's it. You made the final.
Right.
That was Saturday, 7 days before.
Right.
Were you able to sleep Saturday night?
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to go out with my family, who all came, and I never got a chance to go out.
Why?
I was
Because
exhausted.
you were exhausted. Just
Mentally,
mentally.
physically.
Yeah.
I went home.
Did you have any other horses in that night?
No.
Did you purposely clear?
I didn't
clear-
want any other.
You didn't want any
horses.
other horses in. So you purposely said, I'm not going. I don't care about any other horse in my
Right.
stable. For
I
that
just
one.
want to get
Just
this.
give me 1 week where I don't have to care about
Right.
any other
Just
horses.
I want to get this job.
You guys got the other 51 weeks. I'll care. So now Sunday comes. Were you extra like, oh my God, we don't? Did you normally turn him out after the race?
No.
The day after the race?
No, I went to site. Went and checked on him. He
Okay.
was good. And
He was good. He ate his food. He drank his water.
Everything was good. I took his temperature.
good.
Did everything.
Did all this stuff.
Yeah.
So you weren't too much in a bubble.
No.
Okay. Now leading up to it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. When did they draw? Probably Monday night.
They drew on Tuesday.
They draw Tuesday. Tuesday comes out. What did he draw?
He drew the 5-hole.
Okay. Were you relief after that?
Yeah.
Because I don't. How did the 10-hole draw before you, or was it after you? Was it still in the bucket when you don't remember any of that? Okay. Okay.
I was listening one name. That's all.
Okay, so was it an actual did they all have it? Because this is before Facebook and before
Yeah.
MySpace and all that stuff. So
No, it was at a thing in the a party in the Pegasus. They had They had a very nice dinner.
So they had a whole
press
deal.
conference.
Okay.
Very good.
So now that week, back to work.
Back to work.
Anything changing? Anything? Nothing.
No,
So
I didn't train him.
You didn't train him. Do
No.
you normally train him?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that your decision?
I just decided. I said, I don't know why I did it. I just decided I wasn't going to train him.
Okay.
Just going to jog him into the race.
Okay. Now that morning, he probably had detention, right? Friday night.
He had detention.
So once he's in detention, it's kind of like, okay, we're here. We can't do any more, right?
Right.
Is the detention helpful to you where it is that, okay, I can't do any more. I can't do it. I got him there.
No, I got him in there. He was going to come out and race, and he was going to do whatever he could do.
Okay, so
It was
now,
I didn't care about detention. I didn't care about anything.
well, I just mean getting him to the detention's like 24 versus showing up 24 hours before a race versus 2.
Right.
It's like 24 hours. You almost have, okay, I can breathe. Versus,
Right. Yeah, he was in there. And that was
he's
it.
in there. He's in with everybody else. Versus showing up, a couple hours before a race, you could hit traffic, you could hit this, you could hit that.
Friday night, I went in on the way home from the race. I went in, checked him. He was standing in the stall. I said, "Good night," and
Good
I went
night,
home.
and that's it.
I didn't sleep all night, but I went home.
You didn't sleep all
No.
night. Okay, so now let's get into the actual race. Now, He warmed up probably fine. Everything was good. Anything crazy that week, that day? Nothing, just normal.
No,
Did you notice anybody else if they were having issues? Were you scouting the competitions
no,
and this and
no.
that?
I
What's
really
going on
didn't
here?
care.
No, you
No,
didn't
I
really
wasn't
care.
watching any other horse, just my own.
Okay, so now let's talk about the race. We're actually going to get into the race. I know we're 20 minutes in. We're actually going to talk about the race.
Okay.
Now, going behind the gate. Um, do you watch the race? Are you watching it on TV? Are you watching? Are you just
I was in the
in
middle
the
of the front.
corner?
I was in the middle of the front paddock watching it.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Because they had the front paddock up there.
Right.
So you're in the front paddock. Uh, there's TVs everywhere.
Right.
Some people go in the corner. They don't want to
Right.
watch this. It's the Hambletonian.
I stood right in the
You
middle.
stood right in the middle. Were there
I
other?
watched it on the board.
Did you notice other guys?
No, I didn't notice anybody.
You didn't care.
I didn't care about anybody in the world.
What about your partners?
They were in the grandstand.
They
I
were in
didn't
the
care about them
grandstand.
neither.
What about? Did you have a caretaker with them, or was it you?
Yeah, caretaker was with him. Yeah.
Okay, where were they? You don't
I
care.
really don't know where he
You don't
was.
care. Okay, so we're behind the gate. Now he's got the 5 hole, right? So was this horse a lever?
No,
So
not a
you
big leader.
so that first 15 seconds probably not stressful, right?
No, I was glad a couple of them made breaks.
What? But what I'm saying for you, it's like yeah, he's
No,
probably taking off the gate
probably
here.
gonna take off the
So,
gate.
so that's a less stressful
Right,
thing to worry about.
right,
So here we go. So now he's a little off the gate, right? So you're
right,
like, oh, whatever. Outside levers, they're going to be
right.
leaving. Who's the one horse? He jumps off stride.
Jeez, I forget. I didn't do my homework, bro.
You didn't do your
No,
homework. Okay.
no.
So now Lachance is out there. Who's Lachance? Is
Amigo Hall.
that's Amigo Hall?
Yeah,
So
that
he
one
ends up
I
winning the race.
remember. Yeah,
Okay.
never forget his
Was
name.
he the favorite going
No,
into the
Power
race?
to Charm was the favorite.
Powder Charm. What hole did he have?
3.
3. Okay. Was that Rail Horse? Was he a horse that contender?
No, I think his name was Bebop.
Okay. So were you only looking at your horse? Are you looking at Amigo Hall? You're looking at Powder Charm? You're looking at
I
some of
was
these.
looking at my horse to see where he was getting away.
Okay. Did you hate these other angles where they're not focused on your
Yeah, they were
horse?
terrible.
Terrible. Terrible focus on the leader.
See
You
the
want to see
edge,
your
yeah. I want
horse.
to see, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going into the first turn.
Yes,
You,
he got away fourth.
you got away fourth. It's a good spot. A couple of breakers.
Couple more breakers.
You
That
got to
was-
love that because
yeah.
now it's essentially a 5-horse race.
Yeah, I was looking for about 4 or 5 more breakers.
Right. Okay. So you just wanted 9 to break.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
care how you're
correct.
winning this thing. So now, are you hoping that they zip to the quarter in 26-1 or
No,
something?
I was
You're
very
just
happy,
chill.
you know.
You're just chill. So now we see it. It's
Power to Charm sitting third.
Amigo Hall. What is that? Malabar Millionaire?
Yeah.
Mal-
Malabar Millennium.
Millennium. Yeah, yeah. Power
Power
to
to
Charm,
Charm was sitting-
Sugar Trader. Those are the horses.
That's it right there.
You got to pass them. So now we're going down the backstretch. This is kind of a. Did you expect anybody to
No,
move?
I knew Power to Charm was going to move.
Okay, so here goes Campbell moving with Powdered Charm,
No, yeah.
and he rolls to the front.
Right.
You probably figured he was going to get some sort of easy to the front, right?
I wanted Luke to get him, a little closer there. It was a pretty
Okay.
big gap.
Okay, right. So now we're gapped out a
So
little
now
bit.
we're starting to close the gap.
Now right. So now it's like
Right.
now you're saying, okay, can we move? Did you want him to move first over?
Absolutely.
Just rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Because this was his move. This was
Yeah,
his
no, I just wanted to race the horse.
half mile.
Because I know I'm never coming back here.
Half mile and 55-4.
Right.
That good?
It's all right.
It's
yeah.
average
Yeah, it's
for the
good.
Hambletonian. Now Luke's brushing up.
Yeah, Luke's first over.
He's
Right.
Did you want him to roll? Did you want him to
I'm
grind?
not a driver. I didn't know what he should do. But I was happy that he was on the outside. He wasn't going to get locked in. No excuses.
Okay.
Give him a chance to
There we
win.
go. Now we're rolling a 3/4 pole.
Right.
And he looks like he's rolling.
Right.
He's got him in gear. 6 horses. You got the horse to beat at
Right
coming at
inside
him.
me.
Now now they're racing.
He puts a
They're-
little step in there if you can see it.
Okay. Puts a little step.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're in the final turn.
Right.
He's coming up on him. You
So
got
right now,
3 horses, 1, 2, 3, hitting
Right.
the top of the stretch.
now I feel absolutely wonderful.
Okay, because you didn't care that he was half a length
No.
off.
No.
He was a closer.
I know he's going to keep calm. He's going to go as much as he can.
Okay, so top of the stretch.
Right.
Is things slowing down?
Right. Now the
No,
chances
no.
are behind
Are
him.
things slowing down for you?
No.
Are you just eyes on your horse?
Right.
Okay.
Eyes on my horse.
Top of the stretch.
I never looked at the chance. I was watching Pierce. He was right behind me.
Pierce is right behind you
Yeah.
now.
Now here
now,
I got the lead.
Here you go. You're on the lead. You're on the lead at the 7/8
7/8
pole
pole, right.
in the Hamiltonian.
Right.
Are you sweating?
Yes, I was
Sweating.
sweating. I don't know what I was doing. I just couldn't believe that.
Were you looking at other horses or
No,
just at your horse?
no, just him, and I was watching PS.
Okay,
I never watched the chance at all.
let's just watch the last eighth of a mile.
Yeah. Now I seen the chance. I said, "Oh my God."
Lachance sneaks out.
Yeah. Race good.
Half a length.
Race
Race
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Was there was there obscenities screamed or just
No,
I
no,
can't do much
nothing.
more than that.
I did my job. Luke did his job.
Mike did his
If
job.
he was
John did
good
his
enough,
job.
if he was good enough, he would have won.
Right.
He didn't win.
He didn't win.
He wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough.
Mike
But
had a great trip, but you know what? That's part of racing,
is
getting good
is
trips.
that one of the best Hambletonians just to watch? Because that had everything. It had action. It had people moving. It had all those things.
It
So
was the best one for me to watch. I've
best one
watched it a
and the
thousand
worst
times.
and the worst.
And yeah, it hurt a little bit. You know, a guy like me who's just a trainer, I just trained a stable of horses. I was no big deal. Never was. I was just an average racehorse trainer. And to be able to get into this race was the biggest thing in my life.
Was
I
there
mean,
after the race? I mean, you're happy.
I was
The
exhausted.
horse is okay. Yeah, you're
The
probably
horses was
mentally.
good. The horse was good. I took him back. I knew I had the Yonkers trot coming up next week, so I took him back, made sure he was sound, and
How do you do in the Yonkers Trot?
he won the Yonkers trot.
Won the Yonkers Trot. Come back, win the Yonkers Trot.
Yeah.
There you go. So within a 7 day span, how much? Like 700,000, whatever. What was the
He
Yonkers
made
Trot?
250 for that. He made 25,000 for the eliminations. He won out of the 8 hole in the eliminations
Out
for
of
the
the 8 hole at
Yonkers trot,
Yonkers,
and then he won the final, which was
400,
300,000.
300,000.
Yeah.
So you had a pretty good 7 days there, or
Yeah.
14 days. 14
I
days.
think the lady in the bank, I think she thought I was robbing gas stations
That's
that night.
right. So
But
and then what happened with Sugar Trader?
I sold him.
You sold him to Europe.
I had him sold to Italy, and they backed out. And I was sending him for surgery. He had a chip in his ankle that I wanted to take out. And a week before, somebody came and they said they give me my price.
Okay. So that was how long after the Hambo and the Yonkers Trot?
It was a while. He was turned out for like 2 months.
Okay. So you didn't race him at 4?
No.
What about the Breeders' Crown? Did he race at the Breeders'
Yes, he
Crown?
made a break
He made a break in the final or the
in the
elim.
elimination.
How was that going into it? Were you like, was he kind of, did he hit his peak in the Hambo and the Yonkers
Yeah,
Trot?
the Hambletonian was the greatest. There was nothing more. The Breeders' Crown is great, but the Hambletonian.
Hambletonian. So overall, were you able to? Because Blair Burgess trained the horse, Mike Lachance. These guys, were you able to kind of talk to them after the race?
You know, I congratulated them.
Hmm.
Mike drove for me for years. Mike was, very, Mike said, you did a
Yeah.
great job, but I had some jerks tell me that Luke let him out, you know what I'm saying? But that's retarded. Um, it's just if you're in a racing and you get a chance to race in a race like that and you don't enjoy it,
Get
you
out.
might as well get out.
Right.
Yeah, go do something else.
I mean, was that the single best day or week?
That was the best day of my life in racing.
Okay.
I've never had another day like that.
Could you do you want another one or
No,
no? Just that's it. You're good.
I'm done.
Listen, you're done. You're
I'm
all
done.
man. You're
I'm
all
all
man.
done.
So overall, I mean, again, the whole theme is yes, it stings a little bit,
It,
but it's
it,
got
it
to sting.
hurt. It hurt for about 6 days, and when that check came for $250,000,
I'm sure.
it didn't hurt so
It
bad no
didn't
more.
hurt so bad, and
No.
then you come back and win the Yonkers Trot.
Right.
So
Yeah.
listen, great horses
Yeah.
are great stories,
I'll
right?
tell you what. It's just. I wish that everybody could have that one day, even if they didn't do any good. Just the one day building up to have a horse. It's like the
Even
thoroughbred.
being in it.
Saturday we had the Kentucky
Yeah.
Derby. Could you imagine what those people felt like?
Yeah. Just
Going to
over.
the Derby. That's your training horses and owning horses and grooming horses. It's your whole life.
Mhm.
And if you can have a day like that, that's the climax to your life.
Yeah.
If it isn't,
Then you got to do something else,
got to do
right?
something else.
So John Brennan, Sugar Trader, right? Uh, Yonkers SOA rep, anything else we want to accomplish?
No.
Maybe if they can you, you'll go back to training,
If they
right?
can, I'll be training next week.
There we go.
That's
So
correct.
thank you, John. Always a
Thank you.
pleasure.